Nice. So welcome everybody into our first English Jiu-Jitsu povídání podcast. Today my guest is Natan Sap, who is one of the current young Polish talented competitors. As far as your achievements, that I know that you've won IBJJF World Championship at brown belts in Nogi.
Yeah.
Then you won Polish Nationals, also IBJJF rules set, I think, in the gi, right?
Yeah.
And today, this year, you were second at the ADCC Nationals in under 76 kilograms, right?
Right.
And also previously, I don't know how is it now, that you were competing in the national team under the United World Wrestling Association.
Yeah, I do.
You are still part of
No, now I don't compete because I don't like the rule set and organization. So
Okay.
I had to leave this, but
before that, I think you've won like the Europeans under the United World Wrestling.
that was World Championship and that was under 20 category.
Okay. And back then you were still competing in that UWW at gi and no gi at the same time, right?
Right.
Okay. So do you have any other accomplishments that I'm not aware of and you would like to mention them?
I won 2 times ADCC Pro Championship.
Okay.
2022 in 66th division, so I was having such a big cut.
Yeah.
And then next year, 2023, I won in 83 Polish Nationals. And I think that's all.
That's about it. Okay, so maybe we can move forward. So as you've said, you don't like the United World Wrestling rule set. As you are competing in the IBJJF, ADCC and many other rule sets, what rule set do you like to compete under the most and why is that?
My favorite is IBJJF. Before that was ADCC, but the cutting weight is a bullshit, I think. I don't like cutting weight and I don't like when other people are better in cutting weight, so they're able to win lower weight category.
Okay.
So IBJJF is my favorite one because of the weight division, because the weight in is 30 minutes before the fight.
Yeah.
And because of the scoring, because when you have 10 minutes points, you can, and advantages, you can play around this. In the in ADC, scoring is a really hard thing to play. For this, you have to be a good wrestler and starter, and you have to play for this rule set and not do jiu-jitsu, I think. Unless you are such a beast as a Pavel or another guys with great guide, you can't win this.
Yeah, and so as you've mentioned cutting weight, I know that like nowadays you bounce between 76 and 83 kilogram categories, right?
Yeah,
you are
I
able
do.
to compete pretty much in both. And IBJJF has under 79.5,
Yeah.
right? And like, what is the weight that you usually have like walk around weight?
Like 80 kilos,
80 kilos.
plus minus 2 kilos.
Okay. So before the IBJJF tournament, do you try to like diet down a little bit so you can like eat in the morning before the weigh-in?
Probably I don't eat anything before the weigh-in. I sweat a little bit to have weight, and after weigh-in I eat few bananas and I feel great.
Okay.
When I have to cut more, like to 76 division, I don't feel really fueled after the cutting weight, so my condition goes down a lot. But when I have to cut my weight to IBJJF rule set, I cut fiber, and that's all.
Okay.
Fiber and salt on the last day, and it's 2 kilos down.
Okay.
So
And so the salt the day before and the fiber like few days before?
like
2,
5
3,
days
5 days.
before.
Okay.
So
And then like you weigh in, because now as you are black belt, it's a little bit different, right? Or like at the Opens, you have all the matches in one day.
yeah,
But at the Worlds or Europeans, you will have like a certain amount of matches until the quarterfinal on the first day, and then you will not have to weigh in again on the second day, right?
right.
And the at the black belts. So do you have like different approach to the major tournaments where you are able to like be bigger on the second day if you get over there, other than you were like when you were preparing for the brown belt competitions where you have all the matches in one day?
Now my goal is to get my weight up to weight like 85.
Okay.
Just my normal weight. I'm trying to get some strength and condition.
Okay.
I feel much better when I am full of glycogen, so I can train harder. And my goal is to be bigger now, so I can cut to 79.5 like Tariq.
Okay.
And now, when the next competition is Brasileiros, it's like 2 months. I can get bigger, and then the next competition is Pan American Championship. So I also have 3 months to gain some muscle.
Okay. So now your strategy for the major tournaments will be like to get slightly bigger so you can cut to 79.5 and then be possibly bigger on the second day when you don't have to weigh in
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
right? Okay. And if you were to compete on the open tournaments where the weigh-in is, I suppose, on the day of the competition, would you compete rather in the 85 or you would still like diet down so you can keep the weight category 79?
Now I don't have to do open tournaments because of winning and those two, Milan and Madrid, I gained a lot of points. So now I have to get Grand Slam points because now where I am trying to get normal points, it doesn't give me anything.
Okay.
So the weight of points, I have 134 normal points, and people who have like 1 Grand Slam point are higher in the ranking than me.
Okay. That's weird. I never heard that there's like different kind of points in the IBJJF circuit.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And so the points that you've managed to gather there were from the weight category and also from the open category,
Yeah.
right? And how is it like different? You have certain amount of points from the weight category, and then is it more points from the open category?
Yeah, I got 27 points from weight class, and then it's multiply 1.5 from the open class, so I got 40 points for open class.
Okay.
You need 30 points to join World Championship.
Okay.
So winning one competition and getting bronze medal at the Open, making you able to compete at the Worlds.
Okay, okay. So that's good to know that like the minimum that you need to get is like 1 gold and 1 bronze in the open.
Yeah,
And if you don't manage to do that, you will have to do more open tournaments, right?
exactly.
Okay. So I didn't know that you are not like planning to do any other opens, but it makes sense since you
Yeah.
are already qualified. Okay, so maybe like most of the Polish listeners, I think, know that you are from Krakow, but many people from Czech Republic might not know that. So my next question would be, how is the like jiu-jitsu scene in Krakow? Do you train at one specific gym or do you cross train in several different gyms?
Yeah, we have to cross train because in my club in Krakow we don't have any jiu-jitsu guys, most guys are focused on MMA, so we have a professional MMA group, but we have 0 guys who want to train jiu-jitsu, so we cross-train with Sufis Jiu-Jitsu, with Mateusz Flaga, and we train 5 mornings in the week, so it's really good. And Mateusz Flaga like using a constant lead approach, so that's really good for me, because in the morning we are doing CLA, and then in the evening we are doing some technique, some rolls, so the training method is so good for me.
Okay. So you have like 5 morning sessions, and then you have how many of the evening jiu-jitsu sessions per week?
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
I do also gym 2 or 3 times per week, and conditioning 2 or 3 times. So
Okay. And you add your conditioning at the end of the lifting, or
no, I do this before the lighter jiu-jitsu session.
Okay.
So when I know I will do only techniques, I do conditioning before. So I don't feel that really tired, because when I have to do conditioning after a strength training, I don't have enough power.
Okay. And do you also train with Mateusz Kucha at either Mateusz Flaga's place or at your own place?
Yeah, we are training once at our place, once at Mateusz Flaga place, so we're training together like every day.
Okay. So you are from the same club? You
Yeah.
and Mateusz? Okay.
Kucha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And as far as I wanted to ask you about the development, because I remember like it's been a while since you've posted like the structure of the positional rounds that you're gonna be doing, and I think back then it was related to Fosrip.
Yeah.
That you were starting in a Fosrip position already, and you were going from over there, and then like some different positions which will either lead you into Fosrip, or you have some like specific defensive reaction from Fosrip. So in order to get better in any skill that you are developing at a certain time, do you always prepare like the positional rounds like this, or was it specifically just for the Fosrip because it's so useful?
It's like I'm trying to get better in the final position, so I want to get there. So if I want to be good at side control, I start from side control, then I'm moving to half guard with chest to chest, then I am moving to Z guard. So I'm starting from the best position, and then I am moving like to the
Like backwards?
Yeah, backwards.
Okay, that's good. And do you have like certain amounts of those rounds that you like to do, like two rounds of each situation, or just 1 round? And how long are the rounds usually?
Mateusz Flaga takes care about that,
Okay.
so I don't really think a lot about this. We do something like we have 5 or 6 rounds of 10 minutes, and every round we have like first 3 rounds we have very similar goal, but for different positions. So we have to take a back, and we start from front headlock, from standing. Then the next positional is to get a back, and we start from body lock. And then third positional is we start from back body lock, and it's and that's all.
Okay. And so the round is 10 minutes, and you alternate like one after another, or you have like 5 minutes, one guy is attacking, the other is defending, and then 5 minutes you switch?
We change every action.
Okay, so once you go, then the other person. Okay. All right. So maybe now we can move away from the training methods into like, as I've mentioned, you are one of the, I would say, like few guys that are young. They are very good competitors, and we can also say that you are living from jiu-jitsu full time,
Yeah.
right? You don't have any other not like jiu-jitsu non-related work, right?
I don't.
And maybe can I ask you what kind of school have you studied before you switched full time into jiu-jitsu?
Uh, I was in high school. That was like mathematics, biology, and chemist class.
Okay.
So my goal was to go to the physiotherapy study,
Okay.
but finally I was thinking about my sports career, so I decided to do some courses for being a personal trainer, and then I started giving private classes in strength training because I was training powerlifting, so I had a lot of fun of this, and I started from this. And then I started giving private classes jiu-jitsu. So my first goal was to be personal trainer, and being a full-time jiu-jitsu competitor just showed up.
Okay. Okay. So you finished your high school with Matura exam, I suppose?
Yeah.
And the Matura was from biology.
No, I was doing only English. Yeah.
Okay. And do you think that after you are done with your jiu-jitsu career, you would still like to study some university to get any something related to physiotherapy, or you would like to, once you are finished with your competition career, you would like to like gather enough accomplishments so you can stay with full-time jiu-jitsu?
I really like posting on social media, so I think about something like social media agency
Okay.
or selling training methods online. I do this actually so I can scale this up. So I think I can make a living around this,
Nice.
and in the future maybe dietetics.
Oh, so like dieting?
Yeah.
So like nutrition plans
Yeah.
for people. Okay. Okay. So if you were to break it down, like your income right now is mostly private classes, you still do them.
Yeah.
Then you have your website
Yeah.
where you have instructionals, training plans, and stuff like that. Then here and there you can win some prize money, right? But that's like here and there.
Depends.
Yeah. And also maybe something from the sponsorship, right?
Yeah, and from the seminars.
And from the seminars.
Yeah.
Right. So those are like all the things that you can put together. And when it comes to like financing your big trips to, let's say, the Brasileiros, Pan Americans, and stuff like that, do you have to pay it from your own pocket, or do some of your sponsors you can mention, or you don't have to mention how much they cover?
It's like competition fee, so it's not a lot, but it helps. But the rest of the cost I have to cover myself.
Okay.
Like the trip for the world was like 10,000 zlotys, so
Which is like a little bit over 2,000 euro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I had to pay this on my own.
Yeah. And in order to make the money for these trips, you like focus on getting like more seminars before that?
Yeah, getting more seminars is the best option for financing big trips, because when you do, for example, 3 or 4 seminars, you can do this trip.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the best option.
Okay.
And when you are doing big competitions, people see you. So you have to do big competitions to be invited on the seminars.
Yeah, right.
So
It goes back and forth,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
it's like investment.
Into yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe we can touch on the United World Wrestling now, because as you were in national team, I would expect that the national team will be covering, like, sending you to the competition. Was it like that?
Yeah,
Or-
that was like that. And everything was financed by the
Okay.
Polish association. But I didn't really like the organization because we have to be like 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. On the hall.
Okay.
So we don't have any time to rest for the next competition because I had to compete 3 times because I had under 20 and senior division. So I don't had time to rest, to see something. So all the trips was like you arrive the day before competition and the next day you are competing, and after the day after competition you are going back to your country, so you can't see anything, and the referees and rules set is not where I feel I am able to show my skills, not play for the rule set. Yeah.
Okay. I personally don't even know the United World Wrestling rules set. So would you be able to describe like the biggest differences between, like, let's say IBJJF and United World Wrestling?
The biggest difference is when you sit down, you lost 2 points. So
Okay.
when you have passive person from top, it's really hard to get this back. And for example, you have some stupid rules when you are on the mount and someone is bridging, like hips are in the air, you don't get points. When someone cross your legs when you have a back, like block your foot, you don't have points for taking a back.
Okay.
Yeah, when a referee stops a fight, for example, you have a submission, you get points, and you are back to open guard.
Okay.
Uh,
So like when you roll out of the area.
when the referee stop fight when he couldn't, and that was a referee mistake, you are also losing the submission.
Okay.
That's how Kamil Rosiak lost at the European Open because of the referee mistake.
Okay.
So it's not that professional.
Okay.
Yeah, like referees are studying rules at the day before, and I don't like this.
Okay. Okay. So from now on, you will be only focusing mostly on IBJJF, I suppose,
Yeah,
right?
mostly on BJJ.
Okay. And here and there, some like trials, I suppose.
Yeah,
Some local ADCC competitions.
yeah.
Okay. So we've covered that. Let's say for the future, you are right now like about 21,
22.
22. So let's say you have like good 10 years ahead of you. What would you like to have accomplished by the end of your career?
I want to win 80 CTRs. That's my biggest goal, probably. I want to get medal on every Grand Slam IBJJF. I think it's also possible. And I want to compete in the biggest championships every year, so I can get a progress and be still in the training.
Okay. So stay healthy and gather the titles over the years.
Exactly.
Okay. So maybe now we can switch to the social media stuff.
Yeah.
Because you have pretty versatile content on your social media, I would say. Like one of my favorites is the Technika Discoteková. What made you to come up with this idea?
That was like freestyle making Technika Dyskotekowa, and I don't really plan the stuff I am recording. I am doing a freestyle, so the most funny reels was just a freestyle. So that make it funny because that wasn't like being an actor prepared. So
okay, and do you know what kind of content helps you to build your social media from certain levels? Let's say you have a certain amount of followers, then in order to get a bigger amount, this kind of content is better than other kind.
the algorithm of Instagram, TikTok, Facebook are changing every few months, so you have to watch trends, see the difference, what reels are going higher, which are not going higher. So you have to study social media. You want to use some tools to see trends. I can't now say the website, but I use some to get prepared what is raising up. And you have to do the daily content. When you do daily content, you will grow up, you will get popular. So don't stop and try everything. And you have to be authentic. When you are copying somebody all the time, people won't like you. You have to be yourself.
Okay, so you would say that you just need to like look around what's popular and try to post like one video every day.
Yeah.
To be consistent. Okay, and as far as like social media, do you have any goals right now that you are focusing and trying to achieve when it comes to social media?
By the end of the year, I want to have 30,000 on the Instagram.
Okay.
That's my goal. And now I want to focus on the conversion, to make some stuff, new instructional, new training methods, to focus on this, because I have good and big community right now, so I can give something, but I have to get some work with that. So that's my goal, work with products and then focus on growing up.
Okay, and also have you noticed that whenever you win like a big IBJJF competition, they usually highlight you, no matter who you are. If you won like the black belt division or you won an open division I think at Europeans they will highlight most of the open weight winners, even though they are blue belts, purple belts, brown belts. Do you notice that you get like certain amount of like higher interest in your social media after you are highlighted by the IBJJF?
I did after winning the Madrid Open,
Okay.
but that was like 1 or 200 followers, and that's the amount I can get from one reel. It's good to get popular, but it shouldn't be the thing you are focused on.
Yeah. You should be still focused like on your performance, on your achievements, right? Okay. So that's it. I think I myself know you, and most people in Czech Republic know you for your very dangerous leg locks. You are very dangerous, especially like from outside Ashi position. I've eaten like one, I call it sapovka. It's like Natan Sap lock, which is like you grab the pinky toe of the foot and you grab the heel. Do you still use this one anymore?
I don't use this, but I have to. Back to this.
Because it was like pretty awful. I remember getting my ankle like severely popped just by. It was pretty fast, and then I was using it for a while myself. But if you were to like assess what is your favorite submission right now, what is it?
It's outside heel hook from the saddle. So it's like my highest percentage submission. So my goal is to get inside tashi from the foregrip or something, and then put the leg across and finish with that.
You've managed to hit 2 of those at the last ADCC Nationals, right? I think.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I saw that you had pretty nice setup, like from the half butterfly, you first take the inside reach to feed the other arm inside, and then you can free the first arm to collect the second leg, right?
Exactly.
Nice. And as far as like other techniques, do you have anything that you are trying to improve right now other than leg locks?
I'm working on my guide passing because I have to stand up 4 points from leg locks, because when people are focused only on defending leg locks and they aren't in danger of losing top position, they will defend leg locks better because they have to focus only on one thing. And my goal now is to make more dilemmas. So when I go for leg lock, I can stand up, I can attack upper body, so to be more well-rounded player.
Okay. And do you have any like details that you've already noticed that are good, like for your decision making, that you, when you see the situation, it's a good indicator that you should let off the leg locks and try to come up?
When someone is going backwards, you can always wrestle up. So when someone is aware of your leg locks, is running up, when he is running, just follow him and stand up.
Okay, so you would use like ankle picks and wrist ups like that. Okay. And I think that's pretty much it from me. Maybe now we can go into your questions.
Yeah,
that you
let's
were
go.
Asked.
We had few on Instagram.
What time is it now?
10:33.
Okay, so we have like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So we can go for training, right?
Okay. Carlo 552 asked, the best advice before competition is be calm, focus on your game plan, be chill, don't think too much, do what you are good at, don't do anything what you didn't prepare on training, and eat carbs between fights.
Okay. So every time before you have like a first match, you try to visualize what are you going to be doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, when I had fight with Mantas at the Milan Open, I knew my goal is to get 50-50 position, so then I can submit him, because now he can defend my outside ashi and I can't sweep him, so I knew the only thing I can win fight with is going to 50-50. So then I hit a Vodge lock.
Nice. And when you mentioned to eat carbs in between the matches, what is your favorite like carb snack in between the matches?
I really like bananas, because after July's I felt heavy on my stomach.
Okay.
So now I eat bananas, some isotonic drink, and I feel the best right now. Yeah, and that's all.
Okay, we can go to the next question.
What fight was the hardest one, and with who? I had a lot of hard fights. I think I didn't. I have to think. My hardest fight was at the World Championship, the first one, I think, because that was the first time I played top, and I was gassed out like after 3 minutes, And when I got points, I have to just survive with a Russian guy for the rest of the fight. And that was my hardest fight because I had bad experience with situations I am gassed out. So that was hard.
The IBJJF or
IBJJF at the brown belt when I won.
okay. So in the first match you already had like let's say the biggest trouble of the tournament.
Yeah, because I won that on points, and that was 8-minute match. I wasn't then really prepared for 8 minutes because I then didn't train because I have forearm injury. I had forearm injury, so I wasn't prepared for long matches.
Okay. But the matches afterwards you were able to submit the people usually, right? Okay.
Next question. What age did you start training? I started when I was 7 years old. I was fat kid and jiu-jitsu was at my primary school, so parents sent me and that's all of my history.
So it was first to like make you lose weight a little bit?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you started to like it and you kept on training. Okay.
If one egg is cooking 3 minutes, how long it takes to cook trial guy in J point? I think it will be like 30 seconds.
Okay.
And my favorite one, Droga do trofeów, Road to Trophy, asked, what did you eat at Gorilla Camp? Like normal Polish food, some bread, some chicken.
Okay, so maybe we can stay on that. What is like your favorite food in general?
Pizza, spaghetti. I really like Italian food.
Okay.
So that's why I could live in Italy.
So whenever you go for IBJJ tournaments to Italy, like Europeans are there every
I
time?
love it.
You love it. Okay. Okay, and if you were to assess some like favorite Polish food, what is your favorite Polish?
I have a dilemma.
You can say both.
Pierogi and schabowe.
Okay, pierogi, I understand. What is the second one?
It's like it's a meat.
It's a meat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And since you are living in Krakow, which is pretty close to Czech Republic, right?
Yeah.
Do you know any Czech words?
Pipíček?
Pepíček?
Pepíček?
Okay.
I don't know.
That's like how Polish people call Czech people usually,
Okay.
right? Pepíček. Yes.
I have to think about this. I don't know.
No, don't worry. Don't worry.
You have to teach me. So.
Yeah, I will. I will teach you some words as I've taught Pavel some words. He uses them quite frequently now. And maybe to close it out, as I mentioned, you live quite close to Czech Republic. So if somebody wanted to like have you for a seminar, how should they reach you and set it up?
You can DM me on Instagram, Natan Sap, and I think that's the best way. They can DM you, so
okay, and I will
will
send them to you.
My menago.
Okay. Do you have any other things that you would like to mention at the end?
Well, thank you for watching. That was a nice podcast. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And we go training.